to share with you when I hit the wall. And I felt at that time I was invincible. I always knew that I was like pushing. I was always running on adrenaline. Wasn't really aware about cortisol and how all that worked. I didn't know that I was under a lot of stress. And my husband and I divorced when my kids were small. My children were like 5 and 2 at the time. And then we moved to California. And then I had some businesses. I sometimes worked 2 jobs. I was the sole breadwinner for my family. And so I did whatever I needed to do, keep a roof over our head and food on the table. I knew that I was running on empty, but I couldn't afford to stop. I couldn't afford to stop and say, oh, I need to go take care of myself. So what I did was I pushed until my body stopped. Now, how it all happened was my youngest son, he went away to school. He went away to college. And so I had 2 children. My daughter was gone. My son was now gone. And I had an empty nest. I had spent my entire life being a mom and taking care of my kids and working jobs and struggling and all of that. And so all of a sudden, all of that was gone. And I really fell into a depression because I had like an empty nest syndrome. And I was feeling badly. I wasn't feeling good. And then, of course, the next thing that started to decline was my health. So then I lost all my energy. I was depressed. And so what did I do? I drank more than I should have. I ate more than I should have. I weighed more than I should have. But when I'd go to work, on the outside, I looked successful. But inside and at home in the evening, I was deteriorating. And you know what the most dangerous part of the whole thing was? I thought that was just normal. That was just the way life was. That's how I should be. It started innocently enough. I had headaches and I had heartaches and all of that. And then all of a sudden, I could not move. I literally could not move. I couldn't function. I couldn't do my job. And I didn't know what to do about that. I did eventually go to the doctor, and the doctor's, this is not good. This is not good. And I have to tell you that a little earlier than that, when my kids were younger, one day I came home from work and I was struck deaf. I am still deaf. I'm totally deaf in my right ear. And I have tinnitus, which rings 24/7. And I've learned how to manage that. I meditate and I do things so that I'm not focused on the fact that there's this ringing in my ear all the time. But all of that happened from stress. So when I am speaking like the town crier to attorneys or any other professional to stop before you really hit a wall, because when you hit the wall, you don't know when you're going to bounce back. And for me, it finally fell down on me. It was a couple of years before I could really get back up and running. You don't want to do that. You can avoid that and you can be proactive. So you can be proactive by learning how to remove your stress, how to manage your stress, and how to live your life in a healthy way so that you don't hit a wall and burn out. Subscribe to this channel if you want to know more about how to avoid the pitfall. Just let me know and DM me or message me, and I'd be happy to share more with you.